A very wonderful and cheerful good morning to my dear students. Children, today we are going to revise chapter number 8, the first empire, the Mauryas, with the help of flowchart. So today, with the help of flowchart, we will discuss the whole topic, okay, that is given in your book, and then I will be discussing all the book exercises question, that is MCQ questions. Then one crossword is there that we are going to discuss, then short answers and all long answers. So today we will do the revision, okay children, and I will revise also, means I will give all the objective question children in your school app. Okay, so all the notes related to this chapter you will be getting in your school app. You check your school app, from there you can complete your work in your fair notebook. Is that clear? And children, see this flow chart which I will show you today, that also you have to write. Then you will write on the next page sum up. Then after that all the book exercises questions you are going to complete in your fair notebook. And objective question you better write in your book as well as in copy. Okay children? So children, just wait. I am sharing the screen. Yes. So children, see. Can you see the flow chart children? See how beautifully I have presented. In the same manner children, you also have to draw this flow chart and even write in neat and clean handwriting and even color this flow chart and try to avoid mistakes children. So children, the Mauryas, they established the first ever empire in the history of India. And what is the difference between empire and kingdom children? The empire, it was much larger, right, than a kingdom, and it was spread over a wide area, over a vast areas. And the Maurya children, they controlled the land than any other previous ruler or dynasty, right? And then we have discussed some sources children, right? So the main source of information where we have got from the two books, right? One was Indica, which was written by Megasthenes, right? And the other book was Arthashastra, right, which was written by Kautilya. And Kautilya is also called as Chanakya or Vishnugupta, right? Have you remembered when in the previous class only, when we have discussed, okay, this chapter, that time only I have explained you that Chanakya is also called as Kautilya or Vishnugupta, right? And then some rock and pillar edicts also it was inscribed during the time of Ashoka. Is that clear? So on that inscription, okay, it was written the instruction, the messages, okay, which everyone has to follow. So whatever message they wants to give, it was written on that rock pillars. Understood? So this was very valuable information which we was having. Then other was coins. Okay, so coin were also another important sources which we have got. Understood? Then the first Mauryan emperor we have studied about Chandragupta Maurya, right? And children, he was the first ruler, right, who has founded the Mauryan dynasty, right? So the first ruler of this dynasty was who? Chandragupta Maurya, right? और he overthrew, इन्होंने किसको बाहर निकाल फेंका था? The last Nanda dynasty who was Nanda ruler, okay, okay, तो जो धनानंद था चिल्ड्रेन, उनको उन्होंने हरा दिया था, राइट, जो लास्ट रूलर था नंदा डायनेस्टी का. अंडरस्टूड? एंड इन दिस वर्क ही वाज सपोर्टेड बाय हिज मिनिस्टर्स. और वो कौन से मिनिस्टर्स थे? जो इम्पोर्टेंट मिनिस्टर था, जो हर he was the advisor, he was a minister, right, he was a teacher, even he was a philosopher, he was an economist. Understood? He was a royal advisor Okay, so who was that person? He was none other than Chanakya, right? That means Kautilya, right? So Chandragupta, he first conquered which place? He conquered Magad, right? So this was all about Chandragupta Maurya. Then next topic which we have discussed was Bindusara. He ruled from 297 to 273 BCE, right? And Chandragupta, he was succeeded by his son, that is Bindusara, right? And he defeated the rulers of 16 kingdoms and added their land to his empires, right? But he failed to conquer the Kalinga, understood, which is in present day Orissa, and few kingdoms in the south. Okay, so he was not able to conquer the Kalinga, understood. So this was Bindusara. So he was also powerful but not as Chandragupta Maurya. Understood? Chandragupta was more powerful as compared to Bindusara. But Ashoka, again, he was also a powerful ruler. Understood? He was also a great ruler. He was called as Ashoka the Great for his work, for his welfare measures. That is why he is called as the Ashoka the Great. Understood? So Ashoka was the most famous Mauryan king, and he ruled from 273 BCE to 232 BC, right? And Ashoka, children, he governed his kingdom very well. And during his time only, numerous rock and pillar edicts. It was spread wide, over a large part of India, and it gives us lot of information about the great ruler. Understood? Then during his time only, okay, we have seen one war, right, which has taken place. So which what was the name of that war, children? Come on, tell me. That was Kalinga War, which took place in 261 BC, right? When Ashoka became the king, Kalinga, children, it was the only kingdom which was not under the Mauryan control, right? Because Bindusara also failed to conquer that kingdom. So only that kingdom was left to control, right? So Kalinga was important as it controls the land and sea route to South India and Southeast Asia. So children, Ashoka, he attacked Kalinga and he conquered it. But he was not happy because of this war, because in this war there was uh, lots of destruction and death which has taken place, which made him very sad, right? So he realized that it is useless for to fight, and from that time he take a pledge. That means he promised that any further, that means he is not going to war. Is that clear? So he has give up the war, that he will devoted his rest of his life to serve his people. So this was the big turning point in the life of Ashoka. Is that clear? Because of this tragedy, this war, he was very upset, because he doesn't like, because this there was lots of death, many soldiers have died, right? So उनके कानों में जो सोल्जर्स मरे थे, जो उनकी वाइफ, उनके बच्चों की रोने की आवाज सब सुनाई दे रही थी, राइट? सो ही वाज नॉट एट ऑल हैप्पी. So because of this war, he has left everything, right? And he has devoted his life, okay, to serve his people. And he adopted which religion, children? Yes, come on, tell me. You know that. Come on. Yes, Jainism, right? Oh, sorry, Buddhism. So the Dhamma is a Prakrit word for the Sanskrit. Now next, Kalinga War we have discussed. Then Ashoka's Dhamma, right? Now what is Dhamma, children? It is a Prakrit word for Sanskrit term Dharma, which means religious duty. Okay, so what are the religious duty he has to perform, right? So Ashoka, it gave up the policy of conquest through war, that means Digvijay, and began to follow a policy of conquest through, that is Dharma, that means धर्म की विजय. अगर लोगों को जीतना ही है तो हमें उनके दिलों पे राज करना है, राइट? ना कि और हमें उस तरीके से लोगों को जो है जीतना है, लड़ाई झगड़ा करके, ये वॉर के, ये खून खराबा से उनको ये सब उन्होंने छोड़ दिया. अंडरस्टूड. ये सब से उनको लोगों को अपने दिलों में जगह नहीं बनानी थी. So next we have discussed the principles of Dhamma, right? So through Dhamma, Ashoka wanted to instill the spirit of tolerance, then non-violence and respect for elders, and even he asked his people to speak the truth, respect other religions, obey elders, right? Then follow the path of ahimsa, then practice charity towards the poor, to be kind all and including servants and slaves. So we have to give proper treatment to everyone including the servant and slaves also, and to live together peacefully, right? The next point which we have discussed, that was the welfare measures, right? So children, Ashoka during his times, he has built good roads and planted trees on both sides of the road. Along the road, he constructed some rest house also, right? And where travelers could rest. Then large number of wells were dug during his time. Even Ashoka, he built hospitals for both, even for people also and even for animals also. So he was so much he was concerned about the animals also. Okay, so that is why, because of his welfare measures, okay, he used to think a lot about the people. He is given the title the Ashoka the Great. Understood. And he regularly went on tours and tried to solve the problems of the of his subject means what, जो उनके प्रजा थी, right, जो उनके लोग थे, उनको उन्होंने subjects कहा है. He did his best to ensure that people of his empire were happy. उनकी हमेशा ये कोशिश थी कि जो लोग हैं वो हमेशा खुश रहे. Then next we have discussed about, that is spread of Dhamma. Understood. So Ashoka, he wanted people to understand Dhamma and follow in their daily lives and benefit from it. So he took many steps to spread Dhamma. So Ashoka, he led a simple life. He followed the principles of Dharma in his daily life. Even Ashoka, he issued edicts which contain principles of Dhamma. Understood. And even most of these edicts, children, were okay and engraved in public places. Understood, like parks, then temples where markets are there. So there all these rocks, pillars and edicts were placed, so that and everyone can read this instruction or messages which was given by the Ashoka. Understood. And some edicts were found in India, Pakistan, Afghanistan and Nepal also. And even Ashoka, children, appointed some officials also called Dharma Mahamantras to spread the religion of Dhamma. Understood, to spread these principles of Dhamma. So this officer, they went from place to place and spread the message of Dhamma among the people. Understood. So this was all about the spread of Dhamma. Then next come to Mauryan administration, right? So how was their administration? Children, their administration were divided into four divisions. One was central, other one was provincial, next one was district, and then it was village. And under city, we have seen the capital city of Mauryan, that was Patliputra, right? Then after that, how was their army? Then from where they used to collect the taxes, the revenue, okay, all the sources of income, that. So come on now, central, children, the king was the supreme authority, right? He used to take all important decisions concerning their empire. So and in this work he was assisted, he was held by a council of ministers. So they acted as a king advisors. Understood. So जितने लोग थे वो क्या वो क्या रोल परफॉर्म करते थे, एज अ दे वेर एज अ किंग एडवाइजर. अंडरस्टूड. दे यूज्ड टू गिव द एडवाइस टू द किंग. अंडरस्टूड. और इसमें सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट रोल कौन से महामंत्रास थे? सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट मिनिस्टर कौन था? चाणक्य, राइट, दैट मीन्स कौटिल्य. Next, provincial. The empire was divided into many provinces and each was headed by a prince, right? हर एक का empire का एक prince होता था, right? And he ruled the province as a representative की तरह वो सारा चीज संभालते थे of the king and was assisted by many officers. The next was district. These provinces were further divided into district, children. The Pradestha was the head of the district, right? Who was the head of the district? The Pradestha. And he was assisted by Yuktas and Rajukas. So what are their work? What are their function? They used to measure the land, they used to collect the tax and maintain the law and order in the society. Understood? The next, village. So number of villages made up a district, right? So village assisted government officials in marking the village boundaries, maintaining land records and collecting taxes. And each villages was having a headman. Understood? जिसको कहा जाता ग्रामीणी. Understood? पहले. Now अभी विलेज के हेडमैन को क्या कहा जाता है? प्रधान और सरपंच. बट पहले ग्रामीणी कहा जाता था. Understood? So he was chosen by the villagers themselves only. Then we have discussed about the Patliputra, right? So this was a capital city. Okay, so it was surrounded by a wooden wall which was had a 64 gates and 570 towers. Understood? Then a committee of 30 members looks after the administration of the city. And in this committee, again, it was divided into 6 boards and each comprising of 5 members. And this board, they looked after a specific department was given to them. Understood? Then we have discussed about the armies, right? So the Mauryan had a foot soldiers, okay, and horses, elephant, and chariots. So separate department look after the production of weapon and Senapati was the head of the army. Army का head कौन होता था? Senapati. So there were also large number of spies, many of whom were women also. Understood? So उनके army में बहुत सारे women भी थे. ऐसा कहा गया है. Now next, revenue. The land revenue was the main source of income. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा उनको revenue tax कहाँ से मिलता था? From the land, because during that time most of the people were engaged in agricultural activities, right? So from the land they were getting the more revenue, and it was fixed between 1/4 and 1/6 of the produce depending upon the fertility of the soil. So depending upon the fertility of the soil, they have to give the tax. Understood? So revenue was also obtained from trade also. Understood? So children, is it clear to all of you? Now we will discuss all the MCQ questions. Understood? Yes, see. Now the literary sources for the Mauryan period include Indica and the Dash. Yes, children, come on. Which are the two main books we have seen? One is Indica and the other one is Artha Shastra. Right? So answer is B. Next, the Dash defeated Cellulus Nicator, a general of the Greek king Alexander. Yes, so he was Bindusara, Chanakya, Chandragupta Maurya, or Bimbisara. Come on, tell me what is the correct answer, children? That is Chandragupta Maurya. Understood? That means C. Third one, under the dash, the Mauryan Empire spread across the whole of India subcontinent, except for Kalinga and few kingdoms in the south. So, who was failed to conquer, children? Kalinga, under during whose time he was not able to capture the Kalinga and few kingdom in the south. Yes, come on, tell me, children, what is the correct answer? It is Bindusar. Right? Fourth one, Ashoka gave up the policy of conquest through war and began to policy of conquest through negotiation, trade, dharma or sea route. What will be your answer, children? That is dharma, right? Which policy adopted the policy of dharma, that means religious duty, right? Now most of the edicts were in which language, children? It was written in Brahmi. Understood? That means A. Then 6, Dash was the head of the district. Come on. Who was the head of the district? That is Pradesta. That is D1. Next, 7, land revenue was fixed between 1/4 and 1/6. Right? So that is D. Now, given below are some statements. Second question, B question. Take the ones that you think are Ashoka. Cross out the ones that you think are not his. Understood? So come on. Now first point. अशोका के टाइम पे चिल्ड्रन ऐसे कौन से स्टेटमेंट थे कि आपको लगते हैं कि उन्होंने अडॉप्ट किए से दैट इज करेक्ट. नाउ रिस्पेक्ट ओनली आवर रिलीजन. यस, And children, this question can become in the form of right or wrong also, or it can be asked in the form of true or false also. Understood? So that means wrong is there, then it means false, and where it is right, that means it is a true. So respect only our only religion, no, so that is wrong. Okay, he used to give respect to all the religions, right? So that is will be wrong, that means false. Next, treat your servants and slave harshly, no, right? That will be also wrong. We don't have to treat our servants and slaves harshly, we have to treat them good. Okay, in we have to give them better treatment, so that is also wrong, that means false. Next, war is a problem in itself. It is not a solution to any problem, right? So third one, yes, it is a problem. War क्या होती है? एक खुद ही में एक प्रॉब्लम है, राइट? कोई एक सोल्यूशन नहीं है. So that is true. Understood? That means right. Then never give money to a poor man, right? क्या हमें जो गरीब लोग हैं उनकी मदद नहीं करनी चाहिए, उनको मनी नहीं? No, so that is also wrong. That means false. Fifth one, others have as much as equal right to live as you. Yes, right. जैसे दूसरों लोगों को हक है, वैसे सभी लोगों को हक है जीने का. हम लोगों को भी हक है, राइट? जैसे हम जिस तरीके से जीते हैं उसी तरीके से दूसरों को भी अपने जीने का पूरा पूरा अधिकार है, राइट? So that is also right. That means true. Then see question 7. Virtues recommended by Emperor Ashoka are hidden in this word. Find them. So children, this is like puzzles. So this is a word search which you have to find. Understood? But when I will give you the notes, that time I have solved these puzzles. So the numbering can be different, but the answers will be correct. Okay. Now we are so first or second means anyway, but the answers which you will get from this will be tolerance, peace, truthfulness, charity, kindness, respect, and ahimsa. Understood? Then we will discuss short answers. Now what do the Indica and Arthashastra tells us about the Maurya children? Okay, so the Indica children, it tells us about the social, political, and economic conditions of the Maurya in India, right? And Arthashastra, it described the administration of the Mauryas. Understood? How was the administration of the Mauryas? So regarding that, it is written in Arthashastra. Understood? Now second question, when was the Kalinga war fought? Why did Ashoka attack Kalinga, children? Now, Kalinga War was fought in which year? 261 BC. Very important, you underline in your book also. Then Ashoka attacked Kalinga as it controlled the land. Why he want to control that? Because it controlled the land and sea route to South India and Southeast Asia. Understood? Now, third, what is Dhamma? So, children, Dhamma, that is was a code of conduct and moral, right? It is a religious duty, right? So inspired by the teaching of Buddha. Understood? So children, which religion Ashoka has adopted? Come on, tell me once again. Don't get confused, children. Yes. So children, he is adopted. He was influenced by which religion? He was influenced by more. That is Buddhism. Understood? So Ashoka also adopted Buddhism religion. Understood? He has given the war policy and he has adopted Buddhism religion. Understood? So don't get confused. He has not adopted Jainism. He has followed Buddhism. Then next question is, what children, what do you know about the central administration of the Maurya? So children, we know that the king was the supreme authority and he was assisted by the council of ministers. Alright, council of ministers, that means a group of ministers, and they acted as a king advisors. Right? Now we will discuss all long answers. Now, why was the Kalinga war a turning point in the life of Ashoka, children? The Kalinga War was turning point in the life of Ashoka because the death and destruction, children, that he saw in the war made Ashoka very sad. Okay, he did not like this bloodshed. Right? ये खून खराबा उनको पसंद नहीं आया. Right? जो भी जितने लोगों की जो जानें चली गई थी, इतना सब कुछ जो खराब हो चुका था, ओके, डिस्ट्रॉय हो गया था, ओके, ये सारी चीजों से वो बहुत ज्यादा अपसेट हो गए थे. So he vowed, that means he pledged not to fight any more wars and devoted his life to serve his people. तभी से उन्होंने वो ठान लिया था कि अब मैं और आगे चल के ये जो लड़ाई है मैं अभी कभी नहीं लड़ूंगा, और मैं अपनी जो लाइफ है वो किस में बिता दूंगा, लोगों की मदद करने में, अंडरस्टूड, लोगों की सेवा करने में. Now next question, what were the welfare measures adopted by Ashoka? So children, there are many measures adopted by Ashoka. For example, he built roads and planted trees on both sides of the road. Then he constructed rest house for travelers जो दूर से आते थे, उनको उनके लिए उन्होंने rest house बनाया था. Understood? Then he got large number of wells also dug. He also built many hospitals for people as well as for animals, for both. Then he regularly went on tours and tried to solve the problems of his subject. Understood? So this point you can write in this answer. Now next, third one is write any two steps taken by the Ashok to spread Dhamma. So which are the two steps, children? Come on. Ashoka adopted various means to spread Dhamma, right? So he himself followed Dhamma in everyday life, right? So he has followed this principle in his daily life. And even he issued edicts to inform people the moral principles that he believed in him. So उन्होंने बड़े बड़े पिलर्स जो एडिक्स है, रॉक्स पिलर, वो सब उन्होंने लगवाए, अंडरस्टूड, और उस पर उन्होंने जो भी प्रिंसिपल जो भी मैसेजेस है वो सब उन्होंने लिखा था कि लोग उसको फॉलो करें अपनी डेली लाइफ में. He also appointed Dharma Mahamantras who went from place to place spreading the Dhamma. उन्होंने कुछ ऑफिशियल्स को भी अपॉइंट करके रखा था कि वो ये जो मैसेजेस है हर जगह, हर मीन्स लोगों तक पहुंचाएं, ओके, हर एक स्टेज में. Now children, next question is write short notes on administration of Patliputra, sources of revenue. Understood? Children, this answer is omitted. Okay, understood? So this answer is not going to come, but you should know what is this. So we will discuss in short. So Ashoka, children, the administration of Patliputra, it was looked after by a committee. Okay, so that had how many members that we have seen? 30 members was there, and this committee again was divided into 6 board. And in this 6 board, how many member used to be there? There used to be 5 members, right? And each board look after a specific department was given to them. Then we will discuss what are the sources of revenue. So there were many sources of revenue, but the main source of income they were getting from the land, right? And how much they used to pay, children? The farmer paid between 1/4 and 1/6 of their produce to the king. जितना भी वो produce करते थे वो या तो 1/4 या 1/6, but it depends upon the fertility of the soil. And even they were getting some revenue from the trade also. Even from forest, mine, custom duty, fine and gifts were also some other source of revenue which he was getting. Understood? So children, now just wait. Yet, yes, children, just wait, beta. Yes. So children, have you understood? Now all the concept is clear, all the topic. So children, this chapter was very easy to understand. And I hope now everything is clear to all of you. So children, for your better understanding and for clear understanding, what you will do? First, you read the whole chapter carefully, right? Mark all the important points, and even the children in history, the dates are very important. So you should always remember the date. So it's better you underline all the date. Is that clear? What is the time period when Chandragupta Maurya he has ruled? What is the time period of Ashoka? Understood? Bindusara. Understood? Then when Al Kalinga war has took place. So everything you have to note down. Understood? So it's better you mark in your book and remember it. So children, please complete your work. All the notes related to this chapter I'm going to drop in your school app. So from there you can complete, okay, and your work should be up to date. Don't keep any pending work, and color that flowchart also. You should present everything beautifully. It should be well organized manner. Is that clear? Maintain your copy. Okay, neatly. So children, goodbye. Take care. Stay home and stay safe. And even start learning, children. Okay.